Good evening. Thank you for joining us. My name is Patrick Dunn, and I use he, him pronouns, and am the Executive Director of the New Haven Pride Center. Before we begin tonight's performance, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the land in which we are hosting this program. The New Haven Pride Center was founded and operates on the traditional lands of the Mohegan, the Mashantucket Pequot, the Eastern Pequot, the Shattuck, the Golden Hill Paugussett, the Niantic, and the Quinnipiac peoples. We hope from wherever you are, you will take a moment to acknowledge and honor the Native people whose land you may occupy and the history of the place that you are in. Now, I would like to welcome you to tonight's world premiere performance of Night Sweats, a multimedia performance art program featuring compositions by Noah Michael Smith, choreography by Arien Wilkerson, graphic design by Ike Smith, and text by Reverend Alexander R. Garbera. The artistic beginning of tonight's performance is based on a poem written in the early 1990s after a particularly difficult evening of night sweats, a common experience of those living with HIV in the 1980s and 90s. That text has been transformed for tonight's performance into a musical landscape that is brought to life through original composition, movement, and video projection. Tonight's program was made possible by the 2020 New Haven World AIDS Day Planning Committee and spearheaded in partnership between the New Haven Mayor's Task Force on AIDS, Guardian Health, and the New Haven Pride Center. I would like to take a moment to thank and recognize the co-chairs of the New Haven's Mayor's Task Force on AIDS, Dolores Greenlee and Reverend Alexander R. Garbera. Their tireless efforts have in large made this year's program possible. I would also like to thank our sponsors of tonight's performance, Healthcare Advocates International, the New Haven Department of Arts, Culture, and Tourism, and the New England AIDS Education and Training Center. And as always, the Arts Council for Greater New Haven as a constant champion of LGBTQ+ art in Connecticut. Before we begin tonight's performance, I would like to invite Connecticut Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz to speak about the importance of tonight's performance.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz. It is a great honor to join you for this evening's premiere of Night Sweats, and in recognition of the 32nd Annual World AIDS Day. I want to say thank you for the collaboration between the New Haven Mayor's Task Force on AIDS, the New Haven Pride Center, and the Guardian Health Association for commissioning this multimedia performance. It is performances and events like this one this evening that help raise awareness about the continued need for research, treatment, and education on prevention. We must unite to raise that awareness, not just today, but every day. Governor Lamont and I stand in solidarity with the millions of people living with HIV and AIDS worldwide, and we continue to support those who have been impacted by this terrible disease. And we will forever remember and mourn those who have died. Thank you to everyone here this evening for your advocacy and your work to continue this fight. Congratulations to Noah Michael Smith, Arien Wilkerson, and Reverend Alexander Garbera for their premiere of their incredible artistic work that we will soon be seeing. And thank you to my friend Patrick Dunn and the New Haven Pride Center for all of their great work. And again, thank you to the New Haven Mayor's Task Force on AIDS and the Guardian Health Association for making this evening possible. It is such an honor to represent you. Have a wonderful evening.
Finally, before we get started, I promise this is the last one. I would like to take one last moment to invite the New Haven Mayor, Justin Elicker, to welcome you as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Mayor Justin Elicker. Today is World AIDS Day, and an important day to remember what we can do to help support those living with HIV/AIDS. Here at the City of New Haven, the Mayor's Task Force on AIDS is the local voice guiding HIV/AIDS policy. They advocate for the health and rights of those living with HIV/AIDS and those affected by it. This task force was established by New Haven Mayor Biagio Delito in 1986 as a response to the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Today, in the COVID-19 pandemic, the task force has not stopped building awareness of HIV/AIDS and educating the public on resources available to those living with HIV/AIDS. Today is also the world premiere of Night Sweats, written by Reverend Alexander R. Garbera in 1991 and brought to life through original music composed by Noah Michael Smith, visual art by Ike Smith, and body movement art of Arien Wilkerson. Many thanks to Patrick Dunn and the New Haven Pride Center for making it possible to live stream this event on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Now is a critical time to improve quality and access to medical care and supportive services for people living with HIV/AIDS, as well as making sure those at risk have access to medications to prevent becoming HIV positive to help bring about an end to HIV. On this 32nd World AIDS Day, let us be reminded of the millions we have lost to HIV/AIDS and the millions who are currently living with it. Thank you to the World AIDS Committee, the Pride Center, the Mayor's Task Force on AIDS, and everyone for their dedication for making this collaboration possible and demonstrating resiliency when overcoming obstacles, which reflects this year's World AIDS Day theme, ending the HIV epidemic through resiliency. And a special thanks to our viewers for watching this unprecedented event. Please check the program notes for ways to support and get involved. You can make a difference. Thanks, everyone.
Now, the time has come for tonight's performance. Thank you again all for being here. Enjoy the show.
Time short to live my identity. Mother of all rivers. My body pours out streams. Soaking the sheets. Trembling. Violently shaking, soaking through.
bathing in a sickly sweet smell. Like melting marshmallow flesh. In a fetal pose of soggy bread. Violent waves of uncontrollable spasms. Like conscious seizures, rhythmically moving the entire bed.
I wonder, how long will this fever last? I wonder, how many more people need to suffer from AIDS? I wonder, who will miss me when I'm gone? Will my friends know that when I die, this world will cease? For all that I cherish as a result of all that I am, or all that I hold dear because of what I have learned, for all those who I have loved in my own unique way. Will no longer be cherished. No longer be held so tightly. Will no longer be loved by me. too complacent about accepting that. Dawn arrives. The fever is breaking. My body finally stops shaking. Water recedes like a dank, low tide, casting hope for another day's ride. I wonder how many more fevers can I endure? Before death finally arrives, or there is a cure.
Thank you, everyone, for being here with us this evening. Before you run, we have a special treat for you. I appreciate all of your comments, Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I also want to take a special opportunity to bring to the stage to share with me for a moment Noah and Alex, the two of the artists behind tonight's performance. Hi, Noah and Alex.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm going to give you to the stage and let you speak about your work for a few minutes before we say goodnight to everyone.
Sure. Oh, thank you so much, Patrick, for all the hard work you've been doing all week and the days to come. So many really exciting events happening. This has been one of the most memorable World AIDS Day events that I can remember in a long time. The original impetus for this event was a comment often made that youth are exposing themselves today because they didn't know what the 80s was like. So we wanted to figure out how can we convey something about that period. And you really can't describe it. So it was a very intense time, it was a very intense experience. And this was a very intense, multi-layered piece of art, which I like to say arts. There's so much in here. And the thing about it is that HIV is still an intense virus. It's still a very deadly virus. The medications are much better now, but you have to have access to them and you have to take them correctly. It's very important to take your meds on time and deal with issues. So people with housing insecurity or nutrition issues or mental health issues or substance use issues, all these factors affect HIV progression and becoming what we call virally suppressed. And our objective is, if we can get people virally suppressed, we can stop the spread of HIV, because a person who is virally suppressed, undetectable, cannot transmit the virus. Undetectable means untransmittable. And the way to do that is to expand access and eligibility to HIV care and supportive services like mental health, housing, etc. These are critical determinants of health, not only for individuals, which we see in this video are so sacred and individual, but for society and the prevention of our youth. This piece reminds me of how many artists and people we've lost that we'll never know, creatives, just people that we'll never be able to love because AIDS has stolen them from us, and AIDS will steal them, HIV will steal them again unless we get people into care, good care, quality care. I really want to thank everybody involved. Enough thanks was said. I'm deeply moved to be a part of this. This wasn't certainly an AIDS Day where we look pretty and do nothing. This was not about looking pretty and doing nothing. So I encourage people to do something, get involved. Check out the New Haven Mayor's Task Force AIDS Facebook page at NHMTFA, or Instagram or Twitter accounts, NHMFTA, or email us, nhmtfa@gmail.com, if you want to get involved. Thank you to the Guardian Health Association that kept us moving through the obstacles that we faced, and they can be found at guardianhealth.org. Encourage people to get support, care about HIV/AIDS again, care for people with HIV/AIDS again, and we can stop the spread of this disease. We've had the technology and this opportunity for a long time, but now it's time to put the words into action. Thank you so much for watching. It's very moving.
If anyone is interested in making art against the set expectations, or which abstracts to a degree of freeing itself from preconceived restraints, contact myself or Patrick at the Pride Center. They will put us in contact. I'm available and open. Speak to me. We can talk. Each experience is too great to measure. That is what I want to explore. Thank you to the New Haven Mayor's Task Force on AIDS. And thank you to Dr. Gary Blick. Thank you to Healthcare Advocates International for taking care of me. Thank you to Alex, who's a very special person. And thank you to Patrick and the Pride Center for doing such a wonderful job of representing the experience of lived HIV this week. Also, thank you to Dolores, and thank you to everybody on the New Haven Mayor's Task Force who's been to the World AIDS Day meetings. Thank you to my dear sweet sister, Isaac. Ike, I love you. And Ike is a great visual artist, so celebrate her. And of course, last but not least, Arien, oh my God, I don't know what to say. You are just, I don't know what to say, the ineffable, exactly what we hope for. Everything in this piece, ineffable, the experience, all the emotions combined are too much to express. Every experience is too unique. And I appreciate you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you both for sharing your art, to Arien and Ike for also sharing their art and being a part of what was a really spectacular, incredible performance this evening. I am just going to say our final words this evening. This was the centerpiece of our World AIDS Day observation, which is running November 30th yesterday through December 3rd, concluding with the Elsie Cofield Awards on Thursday evening. If you'd like to know more about all of the programs taking place during World AIDS Day observation, please visit newhavenpridecenter.org/World AIDS Day, and you'll be able to get information about all of the programs taking place, including the phenomenal conversations that we are having tomorrow with experts from all across the field about how we address HIV and AIDS today, how we look at it, how we talk about health equity, how we talk about the disproportion of Black and Brown individuals who are experiencing this virus and new infections. As a final word, again, I want to thank our incredible artists, Noah Michael Smith, Alexander R. Garbera, Arien Wilkerson, and Ike Smith, and of course, the entire team who is on this year's New Haven World AIDS Day Planning Committee. Thank you to our partners, the New Haven Mayor's Task Force on AIDS and Guardian Health. I am so proud as the New Haven Pride Center to have been a major part of this evening. I hope you will visit our YouTube page and watch this piece over and over and over again. And once it becomes available, download it and support the incredible artists who made today possible. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great evening.